Hey folks, mediocre cover band guitar guy here. So I'm going to make a bit of an announcement and do a little bit of a video on something, some advice. Um, Not for musicians, but this one's probably more or less on the lines for promoters. But anyway, I just wanted to let everybody know, because I mentioned in my last video, I was getting ready to work on a project. So that project is I'm hitting the road with a tribute to Alan Jackson. It's called the Alan Jackson Experience. It's Too Much of a Good Thing tour they're doing, and by a gentleman named Aaron Halliday. Normally has his own band, but coming into the province, they hired some people, and I was lucky enough a little over 2 weeks ago. I'm not even sure if it was 2 weeks ago, if I would be interested in joining. And I did something totally irrational and said yes. Um, Anyhow, um, but it seems like it's going to be fun. I'm going to be sharing the stage with some old friends and some new people I've never played with before. I'm not going to get into mentioning any names quite yet because some people they don't want to be a part of the whole YouTube thing, and I don't want to step on anyone's toes and bring their name into something if it's not what they're into. And fair is fair, right? Like let them know and say to them like I've got a YouTube channel and I might put up some content. But anyway, so that's that, and that's my announcement. We're doing 8 shows starting this Friday night and going into May 9th. They're not all in a row. Most of them are like at the end of the week, like this week. Um, we're playing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night out on the west coast of the province. We're going to be in Stephenville, Corner Brook, and Grand Falls, Windsor. That's more central, I realize. The following week, we're going to be doing Thursday in Clarenville, Friday, Marystown. Saturday, we'll be here in Mount Pearl, just over the road. And Sunday night, we'll be playing then in Carbonear, over around my old stomping grounds. It's the next town down from Harbour Grace. And then I think it's June 9th. We're back at it again for the last night of it, and we're in Gander for that one. So I'll have more specifics on the venues and starting times. I think most shows are starting at 7. That's going to be different for me. Usually we're just walking on a sound check around 7 o'clock. It's a theater-ish type tour, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm excited. I'm also shitting myself about it. Let's be honest. You're going in and learning Brett Mason licks, and I'm not going to be doing them perfect, but I'm going to get them as close as I can. I've been working at it, kicking at it. So now here's my thing, and I don't mean to be bashing anybody here, but there are a lot of people that have tribute bands that everybody's already in the band, and somebody from the band talks to the promoters, whether they reach out to a promoter or a promoter reaches out to them. But if you're a promoter and you plan on bringing something into the province, there's a little bit of a protocol that you should follow. So with Aaron, once again, it's expensive to get to the island, so we're a hired band, me and a few other musicians who were put together, and that's fun and everything. But before you start looking into venues and bringing somebody down, you should first, the very first thing you should have is a band solidified with their availability, everything worked out, schedules, where you're going to be, whatever. Have that part of it done. Then reach out and get your venues and your production done that way. There were some snags with drummers. It's like 4 different drummers were in, then they were out, then they're in, then they're out. The last poor guy had an accident, whatever. I was only asked very recently to do this because the promoter didn't have a confirmation of it until, well, he did, but didn't reach out to people in time. And as a result, it almost ended up not happening. And I think right from the get-go, the first thing is you need musicians that are available that'll come back and say, I can definitely 100% do these dates. I will not book anything else. If anything else comes up, this will be my priority. Okay, that's the first and foremost of it all. And I've done videos like this before, but from the musical aspect, from the musicians, not from the promoter. So you're bringing somebody into the province, you don't want to waste their time and say, this is going to be canceled, that's going to be canceled. You need to get a band in place so they have time to learn, because that's an important thing. It's not just a matter like you're learning some stuff and it's a little bit trickier than others. It's not 3-chord rock songs. You're looking at incredible players that you're trying to emulate their work. The other aspect of it is having the venues ready to go and having your promotion early. You don't want to start putting posters up on social media a couple weeks before. Also, if you're the promotional company, you want to actually promote it. Okay? That's something I can't knock into people's heads enough. Promotion for these things needs to be a little bit outside of a couple days, right? Or weeks. And it has to be done. It's a big part of the success of the shows. You can put a great band together. If nobody knows they're playing, you know, they're not going to make plans around it at the last minute. This is the time of the year when people are doing things. And that same thing with the musicians. Like, you know, everybody in the summer, we're booking things. We're booking private things. We're booking weddings, festivals, all those great things. Club dates, you know, club gigs. We're doing all those things too. So you might not have people readily available if you don't give it the time it needs. And it's a lot of work. And if you're a so-called professional production company, you need to do this and you need to have your ducks in a row a lot sooner than a couple weeks, right? Or a few weeks or a month. This is something that you should have the musicians geared up to do probably 3-4 months in advance. We're all busy. I mean, I've got a run of shows with my cover band in the middle of this tour. So I'm, ping-ponged around a little bit, but I chose to do it, and I'm going to honor that. I managed. My work was incredibly supportive of it, being away for those dates. I'm off weekends anyway, but I had to leave a couple Thursdays. We worked out a few things. I had enough vacation time to still take adequate vacation time this year and whatever, to do it, luckily. Some guys might need, I'm in a position at work where I can sort of authorize myself to do that in one sense. But some people need the time to be able to go to their employer and say, I need this amount of time off. They just can't go up a couple weeks in advance. So that's another reason you need to kind of get your ducks in a row. Anyway, that's it for me. Like I said, I'll be back with some dates. It's across Newfoundland. I'm doing this. This thing has gone right across the country, but I'm just doing the Newfoundland portion, and glad to be a part of it. So if you're going to do a tribute show, guys, take that bit of advice and make sure that those T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, and have everything ready, and then say to the venues, I got this going on. This guy's willing to come down. This band is willing to come down. These people are willing to do this. And everything is 100% solidified. Everybody is there. Everybody's all in. There's not going to be any issues unless something dramatic happens, which was in the case of the last drummer who was going to go out and do the run of dates with us. He had a physical emergency that required surgery, and he's on the shelf for a fairly long recovery time, and that's all you can do, right? Those things happen, but had this been sorted out a long time ago, you might have had an original drummer, because this guy was the last guy asked after 2 or 3 other guys said no. All right, or said they couldn't do it. You guys have a great day. Happy May 2-4 weekend, by the way, guys. I'm going to go drink a beer now and wait for the guys to get here. We're going to rehearse for this one in about a half an hour. So, and thank you for the support. If you want to subscribe to my channel, by all means. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to beg you, but if you're here and you're watching the video, thank you very much for coming along.